Hey guys, we've got some pretty big news.
Yep. Life-changing news, in fact. Do you want to tell them?
I quit my 6-figure job, okay? And today we're gonna give you a breakdown, almost a lowdown pretty much, for why we decided to take that decision and for me to quit my job. We're gonna also go into what it means for us practically. I've got Mary here to go and share her perspective on what it means for our family life, as well as our dreams for the future and things like that. Okay, so today we're gonna really give you guys a breakdown. And also we're sharing this really to inspire people, because we talk a great deal on this channel about creating a lifestyle business, starting your own side hustle and things like that. And it makes sense for us to basically be living what we are preaching, right? So stick around, today's gonna be a fun one. Mary and I are just gonna have a casual chat and just kind of explain to you kind of what it means for us as a family.
It'll be good to know how, you've been getting on now, because it's been about, how long has it been
It's been a couple of weeks.
It's been
now.
a couple of weeks, okay. It's not been that long, but it'll be good to get, your insights, just find out how you're getting on so far, really.
So you're going to interview me then? You're going to ask me questions?
Not quite an interview, but I'll throw some questions your way.
Right, guys, let's dive in. My name's Ken.
And I'm Mary.
Of the Humble Penny and Financial Joy Academy. What we do on this channel is give you guys the tips, the insights, the practical hacks to help you guys work towards a dream life of financial independence and money joy. Speaking of dream life, I feel definitely without a doubt, you've been on this journey for some time already. Mary, for a bit of background, Mary left the corporate life. How long ago now did you leave?
I left in 2012 when I was pregnant, actually, with my firstborn.
Yeah.
So that was quite risky. But yes, it's been nearly 8 years. 8 years.
Yeah, so you've been away from that, and then you've been working on the Humble Penny full-time for...
a year now.
Thereabouts.
A year.
Okay. And so obviously I've been doing the corporate thing, and I've been, for those who don't know, I'll give a bit of background on kind of where I've come from in terms of my career and so on. Just kind of share the background, okay? So I trained as a chartered accountant, and I've had a really good career, up to now, and life has been pretty good. I've, risen in my career pretty quickly, gone from qualifying as a chartered accountant back in 2008, and, just went off, became a management accountant, became a financial controller, kept going up, became head of finance and UK finance director, and went on to become chief financial officer, which was the last role that I did, from which we decided that it was best for me to take that leap and pursue a lot of the life that we've been planning for a really, really long time, okay? So today we're just gonna open up and just share with you guys just candidly, as though we were just chatting about it, what we think this means for us.
So how have you found it so far?
The first couple of days from when I finished felt really, really weird, actually. I kind of woke up thinking to myself, I feel like I need to be somewhere. But then, it just felt weird. I remember going for a really long walk and thinking to myself, oh my goodness, this is it. This is my first week running my own business full time. Because I've been doing side hustles for many years, but for the first time ever, this is it. I'm actually doing this thing
your
full time.
side hustle became your main thing.
Exactly, the side hustle has become the main thing.
Yeah.
And the thing about this is that it's quite a transition from, having a job that you do that pays you a salary to starting a side hustle. That's a transition in itself.
Yeah.
And then that side hustle becoming something that you find to have a lot of potential, is making you decent income, and then gradually that then becomes your full-time gig, which is what's happened right now. So I'm now running the Humble Penny and Financial Joy Academy full-time with my wife, Mary, as a team. This is what we've always wanted to do, right? So, and it's just a lot of fun getting on this journey.
So, why did you take the leap?
Okay, so really good question. So lots of reasons why. And we're going to keep this fun and really just go into the detail. But the first reason why was because we started 2020. We made a video telling you guys what our goals were, what our vision was for this year and this decade. And to be honest, we didn't really know what was going to pan out in the next few months. It was pretty much a walk of faith.
Yeah.
We were speaking from a place of faith. We didn't really know what was going to come down the line. But then we launched Financial Joy Academy, and things really, like the amount of work that came down the pipe really became a lot. So juggling, doing my job, doing running the Humble Penny, creating here on YouTube, creating for the Academy, and dealing with people's questions and things like that became quite a lot, So, and I've always known, we've always discussed this. I've always said to you that what I ultimately want to do in the long run is pursue this because it's an area of passion.
Exactly. For both of us, it's just something we've always wanted to do. It was just natural that it was going to happen eventually. We didn't know when, but we just knew it would happen eventually.
Yeah. And I think the potential, and just stretching that point really is that we see the potential as being really, really big, and by that I mean the potential for us to have pretty much world impact, right? If we're dreaming big here, we're going to dream big, right? So the potential for us to actually have impact, in the lives of families across the UK and, across, the world as well, into Africa. We've talked about this, we have a Nigerian heritage. So we've always felt that what we are doing here is just the beginning of what could potentially happen in the future.
Yeah.
So that to me seemed like almost an irresistible, thing to kind of give up, because I had to decide, do I carry on this pathway where I've got this really good opportunity from a corporate perspective, or do I pursue this potentially limitless opportunity for the Humble Penny and Financial Joy Academy with the best life partner on this journey?
Sweet.
So anyway, that's the top reason why.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. And like I said, I knew it was inevitable. And leading up to these last few months, I could just see how much of a challenge it was for you, and I could just see that your heart was definitely so much leaning more towards just FJA and the Humble Penny.
Yeah. And
it was just like a battle for you every morning, really. So I'm very happy for you.
Yeah. I mean, the other point to make as well is that, I'm in my mid-30s now, and at some point I've got to back myself fully. And I hope a lot of you guys watching this will agree as well, that, you feel that at some point in your life, you feel that need to want to back yourself and pursue your own thing, to do your own thing full time, something that you enjoy so much that it generates for you enough of a return beyond just the income that it generates for you. So, and I feel at that stage of my life, I'm at that place where, we've been preparing for a long time for this. We're working on, paying off the mortgage and working on optimizing our lifestyle and stuff like that, such that, we've placed ourselves in a position where taking the risk is not, it's not the end of the world. So this just felt like the right time, and the beginning of a decade as well just felt like, okay, this everything seems to fit in well for this to be the time for me to just say, actually, I'm not going to go out there and try and carry on my corporate career. I'm just going to pursue this thing full on and just take it to where we see it going. It's a place of success.
Did you have to leave it?
Yeah, so the other one is actually regaining my fatherhood, right? By that I mean, we've got kids, right? We've got 2 boys, 5 and 7, for lots of you guys who might not know. And, I've always felt that as somebody who has a corporate career, working and doing all these things to generate a good income and build a career, a big challenge I've had really, and this obviously, is there are times when you just don't have enough time to sow into the lives of the children. Right? And my kids are growing up so quickly, and we've said this so many times. There's so many times when I'd come home at like 10 p.m. and I've missed the kids going to bed and stuff like that. So although I had certain levels of flexibility, I felt, like I was missing out quite a lot in the lives of the children. So it just felt like the right thing to do to take time out, and once all the stuff we're seeing right now in the world kind of blows over, just play more of a role beyond, you doing all the school run, kind of me doing some of the school run as well.
Hallelujah.
And doing some of the pickups and stuff like that. And just balancing out and playing more of an active role, doing more outdoorsy things with the boys, and obviously spending more time with you. So So yeah, that family life is a big part of one of the big motivations. The other one was also the possibility of an income upside. Now, obviously, you guys who have day jobs, for example, we know that, for most people who works up for somebody else, your income's typically fixed, or the hours you work usually isn't. You come home and you usually have to sign up, log into your laptop and carry on working. And an employer typically expects you to still deliver the things that are required. When you run your own thing, and as we've been seeing, the possibility for the income, the upside from an income perspective, just has no cap whatsoever. So we can actually create a possibility where the income we're generating actually far outstrips, and we found this out last month when we tallied up everything, far outstrips what I was generating in my previous income, my previous job, but working much fewer hours. So that possibility for me seemed really, really attractive. And I'm sure anyone watching this will find that to be an attractive possibility for them as well, and one that we've promoted for a really long time when we talk about this idea of people kind of launching their own lifestyle businesses.
Totally. I mean, totally agree with you. It's funny because, with us running the business, we don't always have that same income coming in every month. But, sometimes we might have very good months and sometimes we might have okay months. But overall, we can see that, like you said, there is absolutely no cap, and there's so much potential to scale this up. So it's exciting.
And have fun doing it.
Exactly.
And that's the big difference is I feel a lot happier. I feel like, I wake up, huge buzz. We've been doing this 5 a.m. challenge. So waking up at 5 a.m. and starting our kind of morning routine, which involves kind of prayers and reading and work, and then starting our business. And that's been a lot of fun. I'm not waking up feeling grumpy and thinking, I've got to get all these things kind of work on. But I feel excited because I know I'm working on something that has huge purpose behind it. Something that we're deeply passionate about and something that, we know just has the possibilities are just endless from the way I kind of see it. Which I'm sure excites you even more than it excites me.
Most definitely.
The other thing we didn't talk about is health. Right? Because I saw my mum last year and a half become really ill from just the stresses that come with doing life, at 100 miles per hour, right? And I could see that trend potentially carrying on if I carried on overdoing things, right? So for my personal health and emotionally and physically, it just made sense to take this approach now, to focus on this opportunity we have here on the Humble Penny and Financial Academy, and take it where we really believe it could potentially go, but do it really, really happily and authentically. Yeah. So all those things together made leaving my job a really, really compelling proposition. And, something that we're still trying to work out, because I haven't left and suddenly things are perfect all of a sudden.
No.
Because there is a transition that happens. You're still getting used to almost creating your own deadlines of being more productive, scheduling the time into the calendar. We had our planning meeting this morning to plan the week, for example, managing homeschooling and all of those things, and communicating as well.
Exactly.
Because this is the first for us where we're both on the same business and trying to work out what our vision is and what our plans are and stuff like that.
Okay, so I've been away from the corporate world for a while now, but it'll be interesting to find out from you, what do you actually miss from the corporate world?
Oh, that's a really good question. I'd say I miss the fruit that comes in. We used to get fruit into the office once every 2 weeks, get a basket of fruit.
I'm laughing. Sorry, go on.
No, go on. What are you going to say?
I'm laughing because that's actually the same thing that I miss. The free fruit.
You've been serious? Even from God knows 2012 when you left.
Because we'll get was it 3 times in a week, this really big box, and it was just all the fruits you can think of. We'll just get it for free, and I loved it.
I think it's just those little things like office perks, and as well, I used to really like going for walks in the park. So there's Regent's Park was very close to where the office was, and I really liked the scene of just going to the park, walking around, taking some pictures on my phone and so on. So gonna miss that, but we've got some things happening where we live, so begin to kind of adjust to that as well. I'll tell you what I don't miss.
Okay,
I do not miss the commute.
Yeah.
Right, so I know even now that not a lot of people are commuting at all, but inevitably everybody's going to be back to work at some point, and for me, gaining back 2 hours of my day in each direction, so that's 4 hours in total per day, which works out to be 20 hours per week, for me is just game changing. Gaining that time back, being able to use that to work on some of our stuff, chill out, have a bit of fun, do some really interesting things. For me is, like reading books, for example, making more of that time to read, to explore projects. I've been working a lot on a lot of our admin for the business. Been doing a lot of exciting admin, bookkeeping, just boring things you have to do.
Stuff that needs to be done.
Necessary things kind of to run a business really well. So I've been doing a lot of that stuff. In those times, I would have been spending, potentially, I don't know, traveling or something or whatever. So I think overall, without a doubt, this has been the biggest decision I've ever made as far as my career is concerned, and without a doubt, the best decision I've ever made, because for the first time ever, I feel like I'm really the possibilities just feel so big, and I feel like together now we can both just face this full time and really just drive the vision we have for the Humble Penny and Financial Joy Academy, and really just take some risks. So for example, we want to start making some films, doing some documentaries and stuff like that about some of the issues we come across, families struggling with debt and stuff like that. We'd love to make films about stuff like these.
Would you like to see that, guys?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Would you love to see us possibly exploring filmmaking, short films? We love documentaries, so it's an area of passion. So we'd love to explore stuff like that. And in the old world, I would never have been able to explore that because I just wouldn't have had the time. But now we could take off and go to, explore a different location, which is the other point I didn't make actually. This idea of location independence.
I was going to say, what's the best thing about not working in a corporate world?
Yeah, it's just location independence. This idea that. For example, if we traveled somewhere, there'd be no massive rush to come back because we can run the YouTube channel from anywhere in the world, we can run the Humble Penny, the blog from anywhere in the world, and we can run Financial Joy Academy from anywhere in the world. So it just means that we have a lot more flexibility to just dictate how we use our time. Right, which is just that's still sinking in for me actually, because we're in a strange time at the minute where we can't actually move around due to this global thing that's going on. But as soon as that's gone over, it'll be interesting to kind of see a lot of what we're expecting to see kind of start to take action.
Cool.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Anyway, guys, we really hope you've enjoyed today's video. It'd be good to know from you guys. If any of you guys out there have this dream of starting your own lifestyle business, is it a dream you have? Do you have a side hustle, for example? Are you taking the steps today to potentially turn that dream into a reality one day? Just like I've done, leaving a 6-figure job with tons and tons of benefits and potential from a career perspective to doing something that's radically different, but with the possibilities are just endless, and something that's actually given me and Mary a lot more of our life back, and bringing me a lot more joy from a family perspective and from a kind of personal health and life perspective. Let us know in the comments. Be more than happy to jump in there and just kind of interact with you guys.
Definitely. Guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button.
Yeah, and if you're new to our channel as well, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button as well as the notifications bell, so you get notified when we publish our videos twice a week on a Tuesday as well as a Thursday. Okay?
Brilliant.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been fun making this video. Candid chat. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Thank you so much for watching, guys.
And we look forward to seeing you again on our next video.
All right, take
care.
Bye.
Bye for now.